And there we are. It is Thursday, May 28th, 2026. And from the home studio in Middletown, Delaware, I'm Marshal Manlove. This is Delaware Sports, a special interview edition of our show. Before we introduce today's guests, a quick promotion, and it is this. This is brought to you by me, Marshal Manlove, stage and comedy hypnotist. If you would like a funny and fascinating experience for your party or an event, please consider my comedy hypnosis show. Details about which you can find at marshalmanlove.com. Appreciate that. If you take a visit, go to the video section there. There's lots of stuff that'll make you laugh, for sure. I wouldn't put it up there if it didn't make you laugh, right? I mean, it's supposed to be a comedy show. So, all right. Now, hopefully when I hit this next button, my guests will appear. And I haven't done one of these in a while, so anything could happen right about now. Oh, yes. Look at that. It worked. Joining me again. I was watching the video from last year, and I said that we were probably going to see you again this year. And indeed, that is the case. So joining me, the Archmere Girls Tennis team from Claymont in Delaware. In the upper left-hand corner, I don't know what you can see there as far as your gallery is concerned, but the coaches are up in the upper left-hand corner. Would you be so kind as to introduce yourselves to us, gentlemen?
Michael Hamilton, varsity girls head coach.
Fred Evans, assistant coach.
Welcome. Now, next to you on the screen, again, in the same window as they were last year. Ladies, introduce yourselves.
Hi, my name is Jessica Lee.
My name is Lauren Nguyen.
We're playing first doubles for our team.
And state champions, first doubles. Congratulations.
Thank you.
This is what this team accomplished has only been done two other times in the last 60 some years. You're going to see how this is going to unfold if you're not aware of what these girls accomplished here. Next to you in the upper right hand corner, Emily, that's you. Introduce yourself, please.
Hi, I'm Emily Shipley. I am second doubles alongside with Rebecca Wong.
And Emily, how old are you? What grade are you in?
I'm 18 right now, and I was a senior.
Okay. And Rebecca, she just introduced you, but continue finishing the introduction of yourself there, please.
Hi everyone, my name is Rebecca Wong. I'm also second doubles, and this year I'm a senior.
And state champions, you two, congratulations. Next, right in the middle, Susan, that would be you.
Hi, I'm Susie. I played third singles this year, and I'm also a senior.
And the state champion at third singles. Congratulations. And you look familiar. Like it's like we just met you almost, I think. So you have a last name, same last name as Emily. I imagine that your sisters.
Yeah, we're twins.
That's why you look familiar. That's funny to me. Okay, next to you, Susie, is Keela. I hope I'm saying that right. Introduce yourself there, young lady.
Hi, my name is Akila, and I played for second singles.
And what's your last name?
You?
Okay. And you are state champion at second singles. Congratulations. And last but not least, and actually she's first in one respect, right at the bottom there. Introduce yourself there, young lady.
My name is Caroline Zhao, and I play first singles.
And you are state champion. The Auks swept all 5 categories this year. Hadn't been done in 20 years. Was it 2006, right, Mike?
Yes.
And then prior to that was 1961, if I remember, it was 61.
63.
Yeah. Now, is that boys and girls too?
No, that was just the girls.
Just the
I
girls.
think the Brandywine boys accomplished it in 1998. And I'll speculate that I think it was Conrad in the 60s with the boys, but not too often.
Yeah, I think Tower Hill did it with the boys.
Yeah.
In about
Oh, it was Towers. Right.
17, so 2007.
rare nonetheless. Whichever way we want to do it, it is definitely rare. So you,
About the boys.
the Hawks had a regular season record of 15-0, only lost 2 games all year, and I think one was by injury, correct?
2 sets, yes. Well, 2 matches rather.
Games
Yeah,
set two.
one of our first doubles girls came up cramping in the 3rd set while we were ahead again. She had to retire. We didn't wish to risk any further injury. And then we had a non-varsity player lost a match as well, getting some experience on the court.
So
So basically, the varsity only lost 1 match.
So Jessica and Lauren, that particular match, one of those was when one of you cramped up, right? But it was against who you were playing against that was significant at that time, right?
Yes, we were playing Tower Hill.
Yeah. So the team that you were playing was eventually the team that you would face in the finals this year for the championship, if I'm correct, right?
Right,
The
first doubles team.
the girls from
Basically, that team that they retired to, yes.
Yeah, so congratulations. Now, ladies, you two are sophomores now. You can unmute yourself because I'm going to talk to you.
Sorry.
I'm going to
we're
talk to you.
yeah.
So I was watching fondly the interview with you two last year, and how everybody was commenting about your youthful exuberance, and it still looks like you have that same youthful exuberance. And I'm just going to go to Rebecca real quick because she was making some comments about that last year. Rebecca, would you agree that they carried through their youthful exuberance? I'm just going to say it one last time, from last year to this year, and how, if in any way, it helped your team this year.
Yeah, I would definitely say that their youthful exuberance definitely hasn't dimmed. They're kind of just like, I don't know how to describe it. They're just like 2 very bright people. They're very happy-go-lucky, and they just light up the team with their smiles every day.
Yeah, that's awesome. You need that on a team, for sure. So Jessica and Lauren, outside of winning the state championship, there would be your second. What was the highlight of season for you?
Ooh, I don't know. I mean, for me, I really like the team dinner that we had at the very end of the season. Our last home game, I believe, and we had it in our school, and everyone joined, and we took some funny pictures too. It was really fun. What about you, Lauren?
I'd say that one too.
All right.
So everybody comments about how you're smiling and laughing and all that, but this last championship match was tough because the Tower Hill girls were seeded number 1, and I don't know if Lily Leung had the same partner as last year, but she was a state champ. She had been a state champion, I think, before. So anyway, then this championship match, you're in as a 2 seed. You end up winning 7-5, 7-5. Were you smiling as much as you normally do, considering that match had to be pretty intense?
I mean, for us, we're trying to focus more on how we play instead of what we think about outside of playing. So we communicated a lot, and we tried to think about how we could attack on their weaknesses and how to strengthen our. I guess I'm better at net and she's better at baseline, so we're trying to make that something that we could use to defeat them. So I don't really think that we smile less. It's just we think about that thing like less than what we think about tennis, right? Yeah.
Okay. All right. I could continue talking to you for a long time because your smiles are very engaging. But let's move on to Emily. I have just met you for the first time, and congratulations on your state championship. Now let me just pull up your Oh, you and Rebecca. See, I got you confused already. I thought you were the singles champion. So it's you and Rebecca. I'll just go in order anyway. So how did you get teamed up with Rebecca this year, Emily?
I feel like Rebecca and I, like, there was just something special. I feel like Rebecca was always, like, she always makes me smile on the court. She always, like, has a very optimistic attitude, especially when when we play Tower Hill in the finals. I feel like she was always making me laugh, always making me smile, and keeping that positive attitude really helps me on the court.
Oh, good. Lots of smiles and laughter on this team. So, Rebecca, what did Emily bring to the court with you that helped you succeed and capture your championship this year?
So as a player, Emily is just solid. I know I can depend on her to get the ball back every single time, which means that she also frees me up to attack because I know if I miss a ball, she will just be right behind me and ready to send the ball back over the net. So yeah, I know I can depend on her 110%.
And Emily, one of the things that came out in the conversation last year with Rebecca is that she instead of just saying something like "let's go," they were like extended sentences of motivation. Did you find that to be the case with her?
Yeah, I love Rebecca. Like, she kept telling me, like, it was like for the vibes, and like we're already in college and we shouldn't really worry about it. And I feel like just having fun really helps me like focus on like having fun rather than being very competitive and like wanting to win. Her positive attitude and like just like her funny jokes really helped me on the court.
Can you recall an example of a joke?
I just know that during the semifinals, she was like talking about Shakespeare a lot to me, which is really funny since that's not really like something you really talk about on a tennis court.
Were they analyses of writings or quotes?
I would say writings.
Oh, wow. So, Rebecca, this is something of interest to you, Shakespeare? I take it.
I wouldn't say interest, but I was definitely pulling on some knowledge from my Archmere literature classes.
So, could you give us an example of something that you might have quoted that would have been relevant and helpful in your gameplay?
I think one of the quotes I quoted Macbeth. I forget what it was for, but we watched Macbeth this year. Like I think half of the students for this year watched Macbeth, and I think I quoted a random line from there because it was funny or something.
Color me impressed because I've never read one line of Shakespeare. So, so that's fantastic. All right, let's move on. I might come back to you probably. Anyway, in the middle, now you're going by Susie.
Yeah, I go by Susie.
Okay. So tell me and our growing fan base more about you, Susie.
Well, wait, excuse me, can you ask the question again?
Tell us more about yourself. What should we know about you? That's a hard. Look, it sounds like a simple question, but it's actually pretty hard. That's why I asked it.
Well, I'm an Archmere senior. I've had the privilege to be third singles 3 years in a row. I won my sophomore year, and then I had a challenging match my junior year and came in second. And then I played doubles my freshman year, second doubles, and I think I'm just much more of a singles player. So I mean, like, I'm very excited that I've been able to play singles for the past 3 years. And I'm gonna like miss this team a lot next year, but I'll definitely pop out for the finals or just watch them play their matches because this team's great.
Awesome. So, I'll just pull up your thing here. So you were seated number 1, and you met a girl from charter school, 6'2", 6'2" in the championship. Talk about your match there. What did you know about your opponent going in? Anything out of the ordinary happened during the match? If you knew anything about her, did it help you in your match succeed and take home the title?
Yeah, so I knew my opponent going in. I played her twice in the regular season. Those were probably some of the more challenging matches. And I knew that she was a very good baseliner, and if she had the opportunity to come up at net, she would, and she'd hit pretty solid balls there. And she was a very strong player. Like, she liked to hit strong baseline balls, and I knew she had a lot of pace on those. So I knew going into the finals, I knew I just had to get every ball back and play as a retriever, because I knew I could wait for her to miss that first ball. But I knew I was in for another good match, and my mentality stayed the same. I just had to picture success and stay on my feet and keep moving my feet, and yeah.
So, what would you consider to be your strength on the tennis court? Forehand, backhand, drop, serve, anything with the kind?
I think I have a really good first serve. If I could get that in, I can trust winning my service games. But I also am a very good retriever. I can get every ball. I can trust myself to be able to get every ball and place into the court. Whether, like, if I'm playing a weaker player that hits the ball softer, or even if I'm playing someone who hits the ball pretty hard, I can trust myself to, if I ever get nervous, I can just rely on those shots.
That's important to be a good receiver, I would imagine, in tennis, right, Coach? You have to be able to do that. I think actually receive the ball and return it. That's what I would say. Now,
For sure. I mean, Susie is an excellent. I would say her best offense is her defense, and she is a fantastic retriever, tremendous speed on the court, and always puts the ball in a position where the opponent has to work hard to get.
so this kind of begs the question for me. So you have twins, Emily and Susie. Are they similar players?
Well, they have similar styles. If you watch them play, their strokes are very similar. But Emily is a stronger doubles player, and Susie loves to play singles. So they both are playing courts in which they feel very confident on. They have focused determination. Emily has a great serve and great volleys, whereas Susie has a great forehand and a great serve. So we maximize their skills on their respective courts.
Now, girls, did you ever play doubles together? I mean, it kind of seems to me like that would be something kind of obvious. Might be a dumb question, but it just kind of seems like if you've been playing tennis together, like the same amount of time in your lives.
Well, we don't really play much together as like partners, because we prefer playing individually, but I think that makes us stronger cheerleaders for one another. And I think that's just, we've always had the same coaches and we practice similarly, but we never really put the two and two together, because we like cheering each other on and being able to have that support system outside of just playing.
Okay, fair enough. Just thought I'd ask. It's kind of low-hanging fruit of a question there. Keela, you are up next. Are you able to center yourself a little bit? Maybe are you on a laptop? Maybe tilt it down just a little bit. There you go. All right. So tell us more about you there, young lady.
Hi, I'm an Archmere sophomore, and I was a semifinalist last year, and yeah.
And finalist of this year.
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations. Number 1 seed going in to the event here. And you beat the number 2 seed in the finals from Caesar Rodney, 6-1, 6-1. You really cruised to this. It was 6-0, 6-0, 6-love. I know what it is, but not everybody out there who watches knows that's supposed to be love. So bear with me. 6-0, 6-0 in the was technically the third round. And then the quarterfinals, 6-0, 6-0, then 6-0, 6-1, 6-1, 6-1. You cruised through this as a sophomore. How'd you do it?
I just try to I didn't really know my opponent, or I wasn't feeling it that day because of the heat. I just tried to do my best and play however I wanted to play.
And what do you consider to be your strengths on the tennis court?
I think my serve is one of my strengths.
Okay, fair enough. And outside of the fact that you won the state championship, and obviously that's a highlight of the season, what else stands out to you from this past year?
I guess like the bus rides this year. It was so much fun because we did like karaoke on the way there and the way back. It's a really good like team bonding moment. We get to hang out and like almost like get all of like the silliness out before the match.
So, do you have team dinners? Does like families take turns making team dinner or anything like that?
I don't think so. I think we just have one concluding team dinner for the season, just
Okay.
to celebrate our accomplishments.
Okay. I have a very important question about that coming up here shortly that I asked last year, and I want to find out if things have changed this year. Now, last but not least, because she is first after all, introduce yourself again there, Caroline.
My name is Caroline. I'm a freshman, so this is my first high school season. And yeah, it was a lot of fun.
And you are the first singles state champion as a freshman. Congratulations. Coach, how many times does that happen, a freshman win? First singles state championship.
Well, it's the second time for me. My first time was when I had Andy Sue on the boys team.
Mm-hmm.
You interviewed him, if you may recall.
Yep.
But I know there's been 3 or 4 women that have won as freshmen over the years. Tower Hill and Conrad, and it might have been a Brandywine girl.
So
But
rare.
To get a solid freshman like Caroline.
So did you know anything about Caroline before she came to the school and her ability to play?
Caroline had a reputation, that's for sure. We knew she was a very solid player. Her best friend and one is Akila Yu, who was a sophomore. And I remember last year when I learned that Caroline was coming to Archmere, I said, Akila, Caroline Zhao's coming to Archmere. Have you played her before? And she said, oh, she's my friend. She beats me all the time.
Oh.
So I said, if you can beat Akila, you're a pretty good player.
Oh, wow. Yeah. How about that? And Caroline, how old were you when you first picked up a tennis racket?
Like probably like 5 years old or like 6 years old.
Wow. That's fantastic. And where else do you play? Is there like a club circuit of some sort off season?
I play at Legacy. It's like a club in Philadelphia.
Okay. And so let me just go through. Let me see how. Hang on one second here. Let me get to the first singles page. So you only lost one set on your way.
One game.
What game? Yeah, one game. That's right, one game. Game, set, match. Yeah, okay. Had to get my order straight there. Only one game this whole time, and that game that you did lose was not in the finals. You swept your competitor in the championship match, 6-0, 6-0, 6-love, 6-love. So tell me about that match for you. What were you expecting going in? What was it like for you during it? And what was your kind of thought when it was all over?
Well, I like knew she was a solid player because I played her like in the regular season once. So I was just like, I knew she could like get a lot of balls back. So I was just like trying to like play my best and like try to stay focused and not like on the key and stuff.
And then during the game, what were some of the things that running through your head? Because you're winning all these games. It's I don't know if it's easy for you or difficult, but how was it compared to how when you played her during the regular season?
Well, I thought I was like playing better like during the final, like the championship, than the regular season. And I thought I was like getting like all my shots in, and it was like going really well for me.
And then when you realized it was all over and you were the state champion, can you recall some of the thoughts that ran through your head and articulate them?
Well, I was just like really happy. Like yeah, that was like mainly it.
Okay. And who was the first person that you hugged or high fived at the end of the match?
Um, oh, like I don't remember. Maybe like one of the coaches, because like everyone else was like still playing, so like I
Okay.
just went to go watch them, so I couldn't like hug or high five them.
She couldn't have like a big celebration on the middle of in
No,
the middle
because
of the
like I
court.
was like the first one done, so no one else was done.
Well, yeah, you swept the match.
It was Coach Mike.
Was it? Okay. Okay. Akila, how about you? Who was the first person that you ran up to and high fived or hugged?
When I finished my match, I saw Caroline just walk through, like in the middle. So I just saw her first after she won her match.
Susie, how about you, Susie?
When I won, Akil and Caroline were there, so we had a celebration on the court, and then we went and cheered on the doubles teams.
So what was the celebration like between the three of you?
Yeah, it was awesome. After I shook my opponent's hand and shook the line judge's hand, we all hugged in a huddle, and it was like amazing. We all won the state champion, and we knew that the doubles team had it, and we were off to cheer them on.
And Rebecca and Emily, I imagine that you hugged or high fived each other. That's kind of obvious because you're like right there and you did it together. But outside of that, who'd you go grab? Were your parents there by any chance? Or did you go to your coach? Or?
Yeah, so like it was actually really funny because the doubles teams both kind of won at the same time. So like I saw my mom, my grandma, I think Rebecca's mom was there, and then our coaches were there. Susie was watching. I saw Caroline and Akila, and then I think Rebecca and I won maybe by a couple seconds before. So then they hopped, like Caroline, Akila, my sister. We all started hugging each other because we couldn't believe it. And then the next second, Lauren and Jessica won, and then we all ran to their court and started hugging and cheering them on.
Awesome. All right. Well, you kind of answered the question for Jessica and Lauren then because they hugged you then. So, so here's the question. Because I asked this last year, and did so you went to did you go to celebrate as a team after it was all over?
Yeah, we went to Rita's after. We got some water ice, and it was amazing.
Solid choice. Now, what's critical here is what I was talking about last year. When you got back to school, was there cake for you? Don't tell me there wasn't cake because we had this conversation last year and somebody needed to pass along the message that there had to be a championship cake waiting for you when you got back to Claymont with your trophies.
Unfortunately, no, but there were many, many emails and announcements of congratulations to all of us.
Announcements are cheap. Cake speaks to you. Cake speaks to you. All right. So you just
They put the team picture of accepting their medals up on the school website as well.
all right, good. So that'll bring me to my next question. I want to find out what everybody did with their medals. Where are they now? Jessica and Lauren, where are your medals right now?
Well, mines are sitting in my room. I mean, I'm keeping, hopefully, maybe I could get 4 in a collection. I believe you too, right?
Yeah, mine are just sitting on my desk.
Okay, but you have a large collection of them forming, and like I've never won anything in my life, so if I had a medal of some sort, it would be front and center of my living room, like encased in glass with spotlights on it and all. You know, that's that's what I would have to do. But you're like, another one to add to the pile there for the young Hawks. Emily, how about you? Where's yours?
Mine was next to my desk, but I hope to wear it during graduation.
Ah, good play. Good play. And when is graduation?
It's May 31st.
It's a little late there, isn't it? A lot of other schools graduate already. All right. Well, anyway, you're going to look good wearing that at graduation. Rebecca, how about you?
I think my medal right now is also just sitting on my desk. I have yet to rehouse it into a better.
A glass case. A glass case with spotlights. That's what you need. Or put them all in there. That's all right. Just have you need a glass case with spotlights so everybody can see when they visit you. Susie, how about you?
Mine's normally on my bureau with my other two medals. Gotta admire them. But then and with Emily too. They're with my gown right now.
Okay. Akila, how about you? Where's yours?
I think mine's on like a desk in like the living room. I think I don't know. I just like rehosed it from my tennis bag like 2 days ago.
Okay. Caroline, how about you? Where's yours?
So this is actually kind of funny, but it's like I think it's still on my tennis bag right now because like yesterday when I was like at practice, I like was pulling out my towel and it was just right there. I was like, oops, I forgot to put this away. So I think it's still on my tennis bag, but I have to get to putting it somewhere else.
So in desks and bags. Yeah. Wow. Wow. Well, see, I have a different look at that because I'm 64 and never won anything. So I would cherish that. You're going to cherish those things. If you mount them on a plaque or something like that, you're going to always remember those times, especially from this year because it was such a monumental year. Coaches, add any gaps that need to be filled there about these girls, your season, anything of the sort.
Yeah, I had one. Jessica was the one that cramped in the earlier match with Tower Hill, and I'd like for her to talk about what she did to combat that happening again in the finals, especially the liquid refreshment you were having. I think this is pretty funny.
So I know we could win against Tower Hill, but because of my cramping, which happened to happen during that moment, we had to retire from that match. So I was making sure that I'm not cramping in the finals. So I brought my massage gun, and I have pickle juice, like small bottles of pickle juice between every single set, or just whenever I feel like I'm at cramp, I start drinking shots, and then I shared it with our team. And I also had spasm and cramp prevention thing that I put on my leg before playing the match and in between sets. And I stretched and I ate my bananas and I drank my liquid IV. So like I did a lot of things to prepare for not cramping, which did work. I cramped right after the match, but I didn't cramp in between.
Oh wow! So was it really hot? Was it really hot that day in the finals?
Yeah, all these days were really hot for the states. Yeah, the 3 hottest days actually in the week.
How many bottles of pickle juice would you say you consumed during that finals match?
Like under 10, but around 5 to 8. I don't remember, but definitely more than 5.
I have heard that about pickle juice. That's interesting. That's interesting. And the bananas, of course. So is that the preferred juice of choice now? Pickle juice as opposed to maybe Gatorade or something?
Ruby, maybe.
I'll tell you, they were passing it around before the match. My only fear was that somebody didn't upset stomach.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, for me, Marshall, I mean, these 7 girls, of course, had a phenomenal season. As you can see, they're very friendly, happy, relaxed. But when they are on the court, all 7 play with focus, determination, and the grit to win. And watching them all season, of course, Coach Fred did the doubles, and I worked, I'd be at the singles matches. And at St. Andrews, it's very difficult because the courts are all spread out. when normally the high school matches are all just lined up 6 courts next to each other, so we can watch. We can both watch the singles and the doubles, but at St. Andrews it's all spread out. But the way it unfolded, uh, we went into the finals. We had 20 points. We only needed one court to win the state championship.
Mhm.
And someone said to me, "Oh, you guys will probably win the state championship. You only need one court." And I said, "No, we want 5 courts." I said, "These girls deserve to win a medal individually." I said, I feel confident we'll win as a team, but I really want all 5 courts to win. So Caroline won first, and I happened to be at the court when she won because I tried to. You can only talk to the girls every 3 games or so. So I rotated around the 3 singles courts. I was at Caroline's when she won, and then Caroline and I left, went over to watch Aquila play. Then we watched Aquila win, and then Caroline and Aquila went over because Susie was on the court next to Aquila, and we watched that match. And Susie had a few more games to play, where she pulls off that win. It was like a domino effect, with 1, 2, 3 singles, and then of course, as they all alluded to, they're hugging like crazy. And so then we marched down to the doubles courts, and they're on adjacent courts. And I was on the side where Emily and Rebecca were playing, and Coach Fred was over on the side where Jessica and Lauren were playing. And it was, nip and tuck, 4-5, 5-all, and we're encouraging them from the sidelines. And when Rebecca and Emily won, of course, it was again, it was like that was number 4, and Lauren and Jess were up 5-4, and as Emily said, it was like maybe 2 points later they won. It was like boom, boom, boom. It was so amazing that I was able to witness all 5 of them at the win their championship medal. It was super. It was a great season.
Very cool. It had to be a lot of fun, for sure. For sure. Ladies, I'll go around. I'll start with Caroline this time. If you want to add anything that I might have missed, you want to talk about somebody else on the team, feel free to do so. Caroline, that'd be you. Caroline, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. That question was for you.
Oh, well, I think this was just like an amazing season for all of us, cause like it was like my first year on like a high school team, and I think I felt like really welcomed, and like I'm really happy the way it turned out.
Awesome. Awesome. Good for you. Aquila, same thing to you. Final comments there?
I want to say that like a lot of our friends came out to support us even after school ended. Like some of the boys came out to watch our matches, and some of our friends came also to cheer us on. And it was really amazing to see how much support we had.
Awesome. Susie?
I can second Aquila's. I think we just have an amazing fan crowd, and I think since even in the finals, since we were all spread out, a lot of other teams, people like their teammates came and watched them. I think we had just as amount of fans, our parents, our coaches, and even when we finished, we were able to cheer each other on. I think that was just amazing.
Awesome. Rebecca? Final thoughts?
I also agree with everyone else. It's just like, I think if I had to shout out someone, I'd shout out the entire team because we definitely could not have made it this far without them. Like, every single match, like, even during the regular season, they'd always just be on the sidelines cheering us on. And that's honestly priceless.
That's definitely helpful, right? That support, encouragement from the side. No doubt. Emily, final thoughts?
Yeah, I think we have an incredible team, and I'm so glad I could spend my senior season with all these girls. I think that we all encouraged one another during the whole tournament, even in a regular season. Even our non-varsity members would cheer us on, and I feel like that means the world to all of us. And that, yeah, I'm very grateful to be spending my last year on this team with all these wonderful girls.
Awesome. Jessica, Lauren?
I want to thank the coaches because they really helped us and guided us through everything. And also Valentina Ramos and Andres Ramos. They didn't play this year, but they were just really helpful and coached us. So, yeah.
And for me, I want to thank all the senior captains who were really leading all the warm-ups and introducing the lineups. And when we're like not feeling the hypeness, I guess they're really making us feel the rush in our heart, and then we just won. Very thankful.
Awesome. Well, it was good to see the Archmere Hawks return here this year. Nice to meet a couple of you new faces there, Emily, Susie, Akila, Caroline. Best of luck to you, Emily, Susie, and Rebecca next year as you move on to college. Where are you going, by the way, three of you?
Yeah, Susie and I are both attending Wake Forest University.
Awesome. You play tennis there?
No, we're thinking of doing club tennis there. Though.
Okay. All right. Rebecca?
I'm going to Notre Dame.
Awesome. Will you play tennis there?
I probably play club tennis.
Okay. All right.
Without question, you guys will play club tennis.
Yes.
Jessica and Lauren, Akila, Caroline, we'll see you next year, I'm sure. Hopefully having the same kind of conversation about where you are putting your medals for 2027. Got to keep that in mind. So here's a couple things you got to remember for next year. You have to arrange a championship cake at the school and find a suitable place to display your championship medals and trophies. Okay? So I will watch this. There's a trophy. There we go. There we go. Did that get passed around by any chance?
Oh, they passed it around that the day they got it.
So that should be another tradition, like they do with the Stanley Cup in hockey. Everybody gets to bring the Stanley Cup home with them or something, do stuff with it. You should be able to do that with your trophy too. But,
hey, we can do that. That's a good idea.
yeah.
I kept it for a team party celebration, and we can rotate it around. We don't need to get it back to the school trophy case anytime soon.
Awesome.
Let
There you
them
go.
enjoy it.
So that'd be fun. Take all sorts of cool pictures with it in different places. Have the dog pose with the trophy. All sorts of stuff like that. Yeah, that'd be fun. All right, everybody. I want to thank you for taking time to come speak with me on an early Thursday morning. I appreciate that. I hope everybody has a wonderful summer. Congratulations to those of you who are graduating. Fred, Mike, thanks for making arrangements for this. Appreciate that. And now, everybody, if you'd be so kind, wave goodbye to our growing fan base here at Delaware Sports and American Sports Reports. I'm going to hit end meeting for all and say good day. Take care.
Thank you, Marshall.
Thanks, Marshall.
Thanks for the encouragement to the girls. Bye, ladies.
And there they go. The Archmere Hawks girls tennis team swept the state championships as a team, of course, but first, second, third singles and first and second doubles. An amazing accomplishment. If you would like to arrange to have your athlete come here and have a conversation with me on one of these episodes in the future, just reach out to me at mysportsreports@gmail.com. I would appreciate that. I know pretty much everybody's tuned out now, but if you happen to still be here, let me say goodbye. And now, I will be out. I got to play something, though. I got to play this.